Change of coach, change of system, change of fortunes. That's what every Kaizer Chiefs fan is hoping for right now. With Ntsegi gone, Cavin Johnson coming in, everyone is just hoping that he's going to hit the ground running and everything is going to be sweet. The problem is it's not going to be an easy game because we're playing against Golden Arrows, one of the best teams in the league so far, and it comes as no surprise because we saw from last year, well, not from last year, since Kanu took over, since he took over at Golden Arrows, the team has been adapting a clear playing style. Even with him leaving the team, with Maputi Kaizer taking over, but he's also been with the team and he's seen what Vusmuzi Vilakazi was trying to do and was his assistant, and they were clear in what the team was trying to do. So now the team is showing the things that they've been trying to do over the past few years and months. So what is Cavin Johnson going to do? How is he going to set up? Well, this just happens to be a video where we are going to look at that. Hello and welcome to Kosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Kosi Football Club. Let's start with the system. Cavin Johnson, I see him sticking with the 4-2-3-1. And some people will obviously say, Pelo, why would he stick with the 4-2-3-1? Because one of the reasons that Kaizer Chiefs have been struggling is because of the fact that we look like there is a huge hole in our midfield, and that comes to how the midfield is actually set up. So maybe setting up with two, not number six, well, I would say number sixes, but the other one will be more of a box to box. So it'll be a 6/8, but in a way, when we are defending, we are solid and we are able to be able to win the ball back from the opponent and just be solid in midfield. Now let's go to the lineup itself. I think in goal, as much as this is a new day and it's a new start, I think we're going to go back to Brendan Peterson. Yes, I know. He's been making mistakes. Why are we not changing him? I just think there's something about Brendan Peterson that the coaches like, because as much as he's been making mistakes, he still saves us a lot in other games, and with Kone, every game that he has played, he ends up conceding, even though it's not his fault, but it just doesn't look good in your record that every time we play, we lose. Once again, I'm going to be clear, it's not his fault. And Uvuma is just going to be trying to fight for his spot in the team. Right back, I think is going to retain Refrosler. Left back, problem starts. Dove is injured, Shand is still injured, which leaves us with a predicament. Who is going to play at left back? I saw for the first time this season, since the season started, I saw Happy Mashiane in the team pictures. I'm not saying this is a hint that he's going to be playing, but knowing Cavin Johnson, knowing that he likes pushing these small players and giving them opportunities, I think this just happens to be a perfect opportunity for Happy Mashiane to come in at left back while the other two guys are injured and actually play in that position and excel under a new coach, under a new direction. I think if he messes up this chance, it's finished with him, because really think about it now. What does he need? He's no longer a youngster, and this is his chance to actually take over that position, because we can't be playing Riff Rosler out of position all the time. Yes, he can do that, but he doesn't do it to the fullest of his abilities. It's not his fault. He tries, but I think I think Mashiane should take over that position and continue playing that. Now, when we go to the to the center back pairing, I also think, in the spirit of if it's not broken, don't fix it, Msimango is going to still be in trouble, because once again, Titloko has performed well, and Jabulo Ngobo, yes, his pace against Amazulu, I saw a bit of, he might just get exposed in pace. But I think Johnson will try to keep him, because you don't want to come in and change everything in the team, because then in the end you end up seeing bad blood between you and the players. Which brings us to our midfielders. I think the sitting two number sixes will be Mteto, obviously, and will be Umart. I know some people don't even want to hear that, but Mart is still that player who coaches love, because even though he's not spreading out those champagne passes that you are expecting, he is still a player who's going to work hard. And as I said, one of the things that Chiefs are trying to do now is to stop leaking goals at the back. And Mart is going to give you that solidity in terms of winning the ball back and doing the things. Here's where you're not going to agree with me as well, but I think it's going to happen. I think Castillo will play as a 10. Yes, I said it. Think Edson Castillo is going to come back under Cavin Johnson as play as a number 10. Doesn't sound nice, but if you think about it, in our midfield, it's either we sacrifice Mart or we sacrifice Castillo. If we sacrifice Mart for Castillo, then as much as Castillo is a hard worker, coaches will also feel like you still have some things that you can get from him if you are playing him further up. If you are benching Mart, if you are benching Castillo, then you are not having a goal threat from your midfield, because as much as we have other number 10s, but they've not been scoring goals. He's the only one in that midfield who has been scoring goals. So in a way, the coach is kind of forced into playing those 3 guys in midfield. And I know people are going to say all of those players are 3 defensive midfielders, but it is what it is. It's not what I'm saying will happen, but it's what I think it will happen, because the coach once again is trying to be solid and also still hope that Castillo can give us something going forward. Going forward, please do subscribe to the channel, like the video so that YouTube can spread it to more people like you. Our front 3, we have a problem because Dupree is injured, which I think is a blessing in disguise. Hear me out. Because Chiefs have been dependent on Dupree for way too long. Right? I love Dupree and I would like for him to play every game. But the problem is, now people are saying, no Dupree, no party. Chiefs needs to start performing without certain individuals, because that is why we end up getting labels like individual brilliance FC. So Dupree being injured, he needs to take a break, he needs to catch a breath and then come back later on when he's fully fit. Up front though, who is he going to play with? I still think Ranga performed really well in the previous game, so I think he should keep his number 9 position and also play him there. Please don't ask him to drop into midfield. That is wasting good talent. So play him as a number 9. And here's another thing that I will not like. Dolly playing as a right winger. I don't like that. As I said, if you look at our midfield, I would rather prefer that if we are going to play Mart and Castillo at the same time, I would rather you play them as Ama 8. Play them on either side of a diamond. Play a 4-4-2. So you play 6 Mtetwa, Mart as an 8, Castillo as another number 8, and then at 10 you play Dole, and then you can choose 2 strikers to play with. But I don't think the coach will make a drastic formation from a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 into playing a 4-4-2 diamond. That's what I would do because of the players that we have and the problems that we have when we're having a team selection. But we might just surprise you. However, I do think he will still play him as a winger, which I will not understand. But I will just say I will forgive him because it's his first game. And then on another wing, Modi, I see Modi coming back and starting. Reason being, I don't want to see Potsane and Dolly playing at the same time. I don't like seeing Dolly playing as a winger, but if you do play him as a winger, play him as a right winger. Then you can't have Potsane playing as a left winger and then crossing the ball in. I would rather you play Pule Modi and then he can cut in. And also, he can justify that because Potsane did not really have a brilliant game the last time out. So I do think Cavin Johnson might just play Modi because he also knows that he kind of has something to prove because he's playing against his old team. Not really something to prove, but it's a big game for him and he would really want to perform. Who do you think will be in Cavin Johnson's starting 11? Let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoya.